try very hard not to sing.
Shalom, shalom, family.
Shalom.
Welcome to the live.
Yes, welcome.
Yes, it's been a great day. It's been an awesome. How about this?
Yeah.
It's been an awesome day. It's been a blessed day, a peaceful day, hardworking day.
Yeah, it has. It is Monday.
Yeah,
So, you know,
always.
that's Monday.
Yeah.
Hardworking days. But so about this eclipse.
Dang, you just be ready to get
Yeah,
in.
you know I'm not a
Oh,
fluffy
I was about to say.
talk person.
I was
get
about to
straight
say
the point.
something, and then I see it. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, a like.
One like, and nobody's in the room. You see, look at that. You see
You're
that?
so
You
funny.
see how stuff works.
I'm done
I was
with
just
you,
thinking,
really.
look, no, we got do what we do. You gotta say like the video when you come in the
Proceed.
room. It was nobody in the room, and
You're
we still
funny.
got one like.
Well, now they're in the room.
Hallelujah! Look at that.
Shalom, shalom, fam.
Shalom, family. Welcome, welcome. Yeah.
Well, now you got 18 people in the room. You skipped. You went from 1 to
Oh.
18 pretty quick.
So I
You know,
guess it's
YouTube,
this.
you never know at YouTube.
Yeah. Just
Shalom, fam.
technology is something else.
Where y'all tuning in from?
Yeah, let us know where you guys tuning in from. We always enjoy to see where everybody is in the world. Yes.
And y'all see I have this new style in my hair, you know. I figured since we're not far from Madagascar, that I would go ahead and look up the traditional hairstyles from, you know, pre-colonization days. And so this is one of the protective hairstyles. It's called the Tanaba. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you, sis.
Yes. We got Texas, Michigan. Where is our Ohio people at?
Where are the Ohio people?
South Africa.
Where are the Florida people? Where are the Delaware people? You know, you never really hear from the folks that are in Delaware.
Maryland.
Y'all been hearing from the folks in
We
Delaware?
was just watching a movie, or I was educating my children on a classic movie.
What movie was it?
It's a classic movie. I think
Tell them
every black person should watch this movie.
every black person does. Like that, your parents make you sit down and watch it. That's why you did it. Your parents
really.
make you sit down and watch that movie. It's Roots.
Yeah, it was Roots.
It's Roots.
I found the Roots.
1977.
1977 Roots. Kunta Kinte, not Toby. Yeah, Kunta Kinte.
Oh man.
Yeah. Indiana, Cleveland, Ohio. Hallelujah. Currently in Atlanta. Wow, Florida.
Ghana. Look, the
Akron,
folks from all
Ohio.
over.
Yes. Hallelujah.
So,
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yes. So let us know. Did anybody see the eclipse today that they were advertising?
they really were advertising. You know, I was watching the vlog. I like to watch certain vlogs, and the
New
lady
York.
she said in the
Hallelujah.
video, and I can't believe she said this. She's an entrepreneur. She's just doing like her marketing stuff. Vlogging.
Zanzibar. Wow.
And then she says that she purchased an Eclipse Class. I'm like, what even? What is an Eclipse Class? Because let me tell you something. When you come to Africa, the way that Africans spend resources, they don't. They save them.
Yeah, like literally. I think the resources in Africa is they probably built something.
Yeah, they'll save their resources so they can build their house. But you know, in America, it's so consumerist driven, which is what we discussed in one of our previous videos. Check that out. But it's so consumerist driven, like they make stuff out of it. Like, have you heard of an
Libya.
Eclipse Class?
Wow. Yeah, that's fine.
What is an Eclipse Class?
I don't know.
Is it taught by NASA, the astrologers?
Yeah, it's certain people out there that do that.
Teach the eclipse. So what do you get out of that? But I think it's also when you look at it from a spiritual sense, like you were saying.
Yeah.
It's crazy how the map. So hopefully you guys know that the eclipse, because the last one was in 2017, then this one 2024, but the routes made an X over America. And even if you look at the Hebrew, like the last letter of the Hebrew alphabet is a tav, which means a mark or a sign, where the Most High says, I'm the Aleph and Tav, the end from the beginning. So it's basically marking this is the end of America.
Yeah.
That's what y'all should get out of that. And I know that's controversial because a lot of people love to come in on our videos and say, well, America's the best nation on earth, it'll never disappear. Black folks saying this. And
Abari,
just look at
I'm
the
trying to.
sky, look at the eclipse, look at what's
Yes.
going on
You just
around
gotta
you.
look up, look down, and hit the like button too. Give us a like in the room.
Look at what's going on around you because America is done for. But in it being done for, it doesn't look like if you look at, so
I
there's two nations
Go
that
ahead.
are not as big as they used to be in ancient times. So don't think that it just disappears off the map or it just goes away, right? Because you have Egypt is still a country, even though it's been whited out and colonizers of a different whatever have been in there, and the Nubians have been pushed down south. And then you also have Italy, which was the ancient Roman Empire, which technically there's still like the Vatican and things like that, but it's not the main power of the world. And so with America falling, it's not like America's just going to disappear.
Yeah.
Instead, it's going to slowly decrease,
It's like
decrease,
it's like
decrease.
Daniel 7. Am I saying it? Yeah, Daniel 7 with the
I can
ten
look it up.
toes. It's like 10 toes. It's different kingdoms that's mixed together that is still gonna rule. You know, so that's a lot of feet getting cut off. You got to cut off the whole feet.
Yeah, these kingdoms, they're in for it. But I think it's interesting how the eclipse, because over here where we are in the east, we couldn't see it, but you have like an app where you can like, I don't
Yeah,
know how
me.
to describe it.
I don't like. I just keep a. I try to. Most High reveals to me what I need to do, um, and that's just pay attention to the sun, moons, and stars, just so we can pay attention to the time. So I do have like an app where it shows me the constellations and stuff and things like that. So that kind of helped how the sun was setting and the moon was setting with it and stuff like that. So yeah, we saw the sun and moon like right in front of each other.
Even though we didn't see it in the
Yeah.
sky. Over here, it was dark at that time,
Yeah,
and the
here is
stars
what,
were in the
10?
sky, and they still are because it's
Zambia.
11 o'clock here, 11 p.m.
Yeah.
So that's what we saw from the eclipse, but it has a huge spiritual significance.
Yeah,
And
that's what I
part
was
of
about
this
to say.
video is like, if you don't see what's going on at this rate, we don't know what else to tell you. We'll keep coming on and explain it to you, but
Yeah, it's more
it's pretty
spiritual than
clear.
anything. Just how you was saying, like it's not just about to disappear. America's not just about to disappear. It's not. It's that spirit. It's like a spirit shift. Like just how the children was in Egypt, and Pharaoh did not want to let his
The children of Israel.
the children of Israel go. Worse and worse kept coming to him, and I feel like that's what's about to happen, or it's been happening to America ever since. I mean, ever since they started. But when I think about 2020, like COVID 2019, 2020 till here, like current, yeah, it's been worse and worse, and it's just gonna
Oh
get
yeah.
worse.
It's been a mudslide, child. Because what? You have a cost of living, you have health crises, and for some reason, just the past 2 years, I've been seeing a lot of Black women that have been diagnosed with cancer and dying from cancer. And it's just like, it's an atrocity. Already, the high blood pressure was an issue just with Black men, because usually Black men deal with high blood pressure, then the Black women have to deal with these cancer issues. So, from a health standpoint, then you have the LGBT, all those alphabets. And then you have the replacement now with the migrant crisis, and
Yeah,
then, to top it all off, to begin this year, you have an eclipse that's showing you the light of America has gone out and
exactly.
America has been X'd out. And it's like the Most High saying, this is your final sign. You can do with it what you want.
Yeah,
Because I think the interesting thing about these times and about the prophecy that the Most High wrote in the Bible, I'm going to actually pull it up. It's different from when our ancestors left Egypt, because when our ancestors left Egypt, the Most High didn't implicate them in Egypt's sins.
yeah. You got. Yeah. You done?
But this time, the Most High says something a little bit different.
Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice this time, and that's how you're gonna be chosen. If you choose that righteous path, like for real, like America got you so enslaved mentally, physically. But if you really choose to continue with that, that's just really a choice.
Yep.
That's literally, just how they say the mark of the beast is going to be a choice. Are you really going to choose that?
Many will. But yeah, Revelations 18:4 says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that you be not partakers of her sins and that you receive not of her plagues. And so people say, well, the judgment isn't coming for us, but if you're implicated in the sins, according to Revelations 8, it says you got to come out so that you will not receive the plagues.
Yeah.
So that's to say that if you stay and partake in it, you do receive the plagues, which is different, which is so interesting. The difference from Egypt. I guess that's because in this time, separate from Egypt, that was before we had been told about the Most High and before the Most High had revealed himself to our ancestors, right? So Moses, obviously, he started to understand the Most High, but the people that he was speaking to, his cousins and stuff, didn't really know. But in this time, you can't really say that when
Yeah.
the blood of Yahusha has come down. You can't really say that when the Bible's right here. You can't say you didn't know. You can't
Like
say that
really,
when you
yeah.
have messengers and prophets all over the world speaking.
Hmm.
That won't work on Judgment Day when it's like, oh, I didn't know. Most times, like, well, actually, you didn't. I told you to come out. I left my word alone in the Bible. But we get so busy. We should never be so busy to the point that we can't just read the Bible. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Don't let America make you that busy with 3 and 4 jobs. I just saw another TikTok rant this morning where people are saying they're working 2 and 3 and 4 jobs just to make ends meet. That's the whole. That's the adversary's whole playbook to make you so busy and so distracted that you don't have free time to worship and seek the Most High. That's part of the reason we decided to come out of her. There's no possible way that you're gonna just spend your life in modern day slavery to America and not having time for the Most High. That is a horrible way to live.
Yeah.
That's not real life.
Really, really. And you gotta be careful on where you put your worship nowadays. Like really, where you putting your energy. Um, because if it's of this world, that's dangerous. That's really dangerous. Just how, all these people gathered to this eclipse. They traveled. They literally traveled. People literally traveled
I looked that up. I was like, that's a
two,
shame.
3, 4, 5 hours
Humanity should not be like this.
to go see this eclipse. All praise to the Most High. Creation is wonderful, but when they take the Most High's creation in vain, when they take the Most High's name in vain, that's dangerous. You know, that's really dangerous. And now it was a lot of people doing that. So I feel like it was a big energy shift in a way, and it's more spiritual than anything. Everything happens in the spiritual first.
Yeah, that was crazy because after you said that, I looked that up and it said that people had taken the most vacation time to go and travel and see the eclipse. So, like, if they were on the West Coast, they were coming to the East Coast,
Yeah,
which
that's
is like,
that's something that should tell you something. That's something different.
hey, Claudia, members only. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom,
Yeah,
shalom, family.
people, it's like there's no discernment in these days. It's just, it should be really simple to where the
Yeah,
Most High says, okay, let me put this sign in the heaven so that North America understands because it's only seen in North America, so that North America understands that they're in trouble. And instead of understanding that, people are like, "Oh, let's go have a party."
like really.
It's like
Let's go have a party in the dark, and then when the dark's done, when the sun comes back out, be quiet. Like
I'm
literally,
trying to
that's
wrap
what
my
it
mind
was.
around it. It
That's
doesn't make
that's
any sense.
literally what it was. As soon as it came dark, they started just going crazy, like really worshiping the dark. And then when the sun came back out, it's like normal.
Like the 4th of July,
Yeah,
when
that's crazy
everybody
to think
just,
about.
yeah, it is. It's like you can't even put it into words how ridiculous that is because any of our ancient ancestors, anybody on earth today with just a little wisdom would know, okay, something is off with the earth. Maybe we should get right with the Most High. Maybe we should like something other than throw a party, you know. Schools were out. And then in Ohio, they were saying that they were prepared for whatever would come after the eclipse. And I'm like, what are they getting prepared for?
Yeah.
Do they like, what do they think? The messenger's about to come down and attack them? Like, what are they getting prepared for? What battle are they about to do?
Yeah. I mean that could have been bad if it was that.
I
Like
don't think
these
the
other
nations
nations.
are even that prideful
Yeah. I
to
think
even, because they know that's the most highest time to where he's speaking, you
exactly.
know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like there's still a reverence for the Most High in these nations outside of America,
Oh
even if
no.
they say they worship
Look,
Allah.
people buying toilet paper again.
Are you serious? They're buying toilet paper?
That's
Okay,
what
what do y'all think? Is this some kind of psychological thing that we were programmed with? Because
yeah, you gotta
why
think.
toilet
I
paper?
look, I think about 2020 when or 2019 going into 2020 and how fearful they had everybody.
But toilet paper?
I know that was something different right there. But
Like some programming went
I'm
off
talking
in
about
folks'
like
heads.
the fear that they brought into people.
Yeah,
Like
that was fear
literally, it
on next
was
level across the
fear.
world.
So they doing the same thing. Like the enemy feeds off fear. Hasatan, the adversary, feeds off fear, and all these people is being fearful and not like realizing what's happening. Like that tells the people that is got the hand over the world pretty much. That tells them, hey, we can do this anytime.
With the toilet paper,
I'm not talking about the toilet. I'm just talking about fear.
the pandemic.
Yeah.
It's just the toilet paper. I just want to know. I'm sure they'll come out with a study, decades after the fact and say, oh, yeah, we programmed you guys with X, Y, and Z in the movies to where you thought you should buy toilet paper. That still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
A pandemic happens and you need to run to the store. Everybody go, hurry up, grab toilet paper. Not seeds, not food, not band aids, not vitamins. Even like thermometers would have been like a viable, like, hey, let's get thermometers. But toilet paper of all things, that doesn't make any sense. So that's strange to see people doing the toilet paper thing again. I guess that's like Americans' greatest fear, just being out of toilet paper.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just crazy. The Most High is in control, and the Most High is showing signs just to show his people what's going on.
Hmm.
Multiple people are saying the toilet paper thing. The people here say God is coming, but they're partying in Florida. There is no changing. That's what's so weird, I think, about America as well, or the West, I should say, even just North America in general. People are fearful, but the fear doesn't lead to repentance. It just leads to be fearful and then party.
Be I don't know. Be fearful
I don't
and
know. It's
act
confusing.
normal. Be I don't know. Your fear makes you act normal. Or I don't know. Explain. I don't know.
I think there's some kind of like mass spirit of insanity over America,
Yeah,
because
it's
most of the
witchcraft.
time it just doesn't, it's
It's a
not
spell.
logical.
It's a spell. It's
Mass
literally a
insanity.
spell, and that's how they continue with the spell. Was people's fear.
And well, after the fear next week, people will still be going to Disneyland, living life as usual,
Yeah,
even though Disneyland has been proven time and time again to be filled with pedophilia. But
that's
our people will
interesting.
just continue, because we idolize entertainment. And, even us who say we're believers in all of these things, your belief is only as true as your actions, because you can say all these things, but your actions dictate what you actually believe in. Because I just despise seeing our people going to like Disneyland. Disney of all places, as horrible as that place is, putting spells on everybody. But then our people in the same breath say, no black folks can afford to live abroad. So I don't know.
Yeah, man. People got money traveling.
Yeah, they good.
They is
Americans have
traveling
always
like
had money for a long. It's a
2 3
capitalist
hours.
society.
Dang, that's a full tank there and back. You know,
Look, they made it work. They
food.
said we
They
gonna
made
budget this.
yeah. They said we gotta do it.
Oh
I
gosh,
don't care if I gotta pay rent.
man. That's not. I'm sorry, y'all. That's not logical. We have all
But
these wars in the world, and people. It's like people are just asleep.
yeah, if if you're here on a live, let us know if you want to go see the or did you see the eclipse? Did you step outside? Did you go travel? No hard feelings. We just want to know if you saw it.
Yeah. Well, some said it didn't hit their area yet. It hit New York at 11 a.m. I think, if I'm saying that right, or 11:30. But it is interesting how it is only over North America. That tells me that because we have, the folks that come on the channel and they're like, well, guess what? If something bad happens to America, it happens to the whole world. And it's like, no, it doesn't though. Because guess what? We couldn't even see the eclipse from over here.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm hearing people say no, I didn't. Stayed away. I called off work to go to sleep. That's what's up.
I think it's those folks, not our
Yeah,
folks that do that. Our
always.
folks are like,
Mm,
let's be a little respectful to the Most High today.
yeah. Yes.
It is the new year though, so it's interesting. New year, you starting with the lights being out. Couldn't see it from Ghana. I think that gives us a prelude into what the rest of the year is going to be like too.
Yeah.
If we're starting the year in darkness, that's like, oh, got to prepare. And we always say the best way to prepare is to set aside your 6 month calendar and say, okay, from right now to the next 6 months, how am I going to move to Africa?
Yeah. Basically, give us a like, guys. Give us a like. Get the likes up.
Yeah, 182 people in the room, 59 likes. But yeah, just you know, it's like the writing that's clearly on the wall. I don't know how much more clear the Most High would have to make it for people to realize that America is under judgment and will be judged imminently
Yeah. It's
very
written.
soon.
It's written.
Because
So
even if you didn't have the eclipse, you could see all the other things. But the eclipse, that's like the cherry on top. That's like the second, third, fourth, fifth witness that's like, oh, yes, this is happening.
mhm.
If And this is why it's so important to just have a base understanding of Hebrew too, because if you just knew the Hebrew alphabet, you would know that the Tav, the X, the Paleo Hebrew, that's a sign from the Most High. You would know that's the last letter. He's like, it's the last straw for America. It's the last straw. People don't like to hear about judgment coming though. People want like a feel good, only read the good scriptures. But guess what? If you don't hear this word now, it's going
Mhm.
to be much worse on Judgment Day, like 10,000 times worse. So you need to just get right now. And the best way to get right is to completely exit Babylon altogether. The scriptures agree with that. Flee Babylon. You see that in Jeremiah 50 and 51. You see that in Zechariah. You
Yep.
see that in Revelations 18:4. You see that everywhere.
Really. Obadiah.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
And all you have to do is take, 45 minutes, even an hour after this live or right now if you feel like it, and just do a study and see Flee from Babylon Bible scriptures. You're going to come up with a whole list and you're going to be like, why didn't nobody tell me this in church? They will never tell you that in church because the church, they try and make money off of you. So they're not going to tell you to leave. They're not going to tell you to leave, but it's time. It's past time. And then one of our subscribers commented and said, what about that movie coming out in April? Which is like, and it's coming out like next week, The Civil War.
Oh. I,
You see that? I'm
mm-mm.
gonna show you. Civil War movie coming April 8th. April 8th is the release date. They're gonna release it the day of the eclipse. This is funny. Why is America like this?
Was on
That is wrong,
Netflix.
y'all. Y'all see that? That's good. Why would they release that on April 8th of all days?
Mm-hmm.
That is horrible. I'm like stunned right now. Like, why would they?
They
Y'all see
probably
this? They
they
released
probably
it
gonna
April 8th.
they probably gonna they thinking, hey, people gonna go see the eclipse and then go see the um the movie.
That's ridiculous. I'm sorry. But that's how capitalism people think. A dystopian future America, a team of military embedded journalists race against time to reach DC before rebel factions descend on the White House.
Where they coming from? New York.
I mean, probably
Everything
South. They
happens in
probably
New
coming
York
from the South.
first.
Ain't no
Yeah.
telling where they coming. They all over the place, which is just another reason to be prepared because you're vastly outnumbered. Us as the black community, we already outnumbered as it is over there. But then you throw into it the migrant crisis. I find it very hard to believe that all of these migrants are just coming in and that's just it's a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences.
Yeah, they're starting to form gangs and stuff,
Yeah, these a lot
taking
of them are
over
not peaceful
neighborhoods.
people either,
Yeah.
as evident in some of these videos. And these videos aren't by like Fox News. This is literally just from vloggers just going on the streets talking to people and saying, "Oh, this is a little crazy." So this, I think 2020 when we left America and came to Africa, East Africa, Tanzania to be specific, when we left there was a certain pressure because of C19, but I think now the pressure's different. Like the pressure now is like outrageous.
Yeah, the pressure is they gonna tell you the truth and you get to choose to accept
Ooh.
it or not.
And yet, the interesting thing about that is it's still graceful from the Most High standpoint, where He has these laws where it's like you can't just do these things to people. You need to allow them to accept it or not.
Yeah. And
Because
yeah, the
He,
last days the
mm,
truth will come out. The truth will set you free. But the truth that they're telling, it's like right in front of your face. Like literally.
plain as day,
Like
plain as the eclipse.
that TV channel, um, Nickelodeon, and I do not like saying that now because
Nickelodeon?
yeah,
Why?
stop saying that.
What?
Look it up.
Oh
Look
gosh,
it up
do I
in
want to look it
is it
up?
Latin or Greek or something?
Ooh, well, you gonna start. We gonna start rebuking stuff on the live.
And they probably put it off Google in Latin. Yeah. But it's like certain things like that where man, I was a kid and everybody was talking about you gotta space it out though.
Oh,
Um
like this?
Nick LE something like that. But yeah, they let me see.
Okay. I mean, everything is named after the Greeks. And this is why I personally love history. Even in college, I loved studying history. And we're at a time where you have to know your history. And not only your history, you better know the history of the people you live around too. So you better know European history. You better understand that a lot of Celtic rituals and practices are inside of American everyday life. A lot of Greek idol worship, all of these different things that just funnel in all of these spirits, all of these different
Really?
entities, and we just act like it's nothing because we're too busy being entertained by, thousands of different things at any given time just because of social media.
Yeah. I saw something like that.
Watching from Nairobi, Kenya. Shalom, shalom. It's definitely time for y'all to not be as distracted. If you need to cut off Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, which y'all shouldn't even be looked. You don't need all of those platforms. This is why I say America is such a consumerist society. You don't need all of these different platforms to watch videos and movies on, right? Cut these subscriptions and start looking at your bank statements. Those of you who say you can't afford to move to Africa, I beg to differ.
Oh,
Look
that's
at
what
your
it is.
bank statements and see what you can cut. You can cut all your subscriptions. You'll save hundreds of dollars. You put those hundreds of dollars to the stock market and get your profit and book your plane tickets. That's it.
But yeah,
That's it.
certain stuff like that.
Oh, this. I'm not about to say that out loud. What does
Yeah,
that mean?
that's what I was
Oh
saying. Like
no,
once you start
Yahuwah
to
rebuke you. I bind that up in the name of Yahusha.
once you start to
No, whatever's loosed in heaven will be loosed in earth.
understand stuff, it's
Whatever's
like
bound in
what
heaven
the
will be
heck?
bound in earth.
They had all the children just loving that. It's saying it.
Right,
We used to
that's
say it all, and
crazy.
then like we
Okay,
getting
we
used
gotta
to
show
it.
them the screen. I'm not saying
I,
that out loud. That's a crazy
but we
word.
gotta find a actual thing. This is maybe type it in like that.
I'm not saying that. That's so crazy.
But I don't know if it's yeah.
That's
But they do
weird.
stuff like that. Even like the logo of the
Nickelodeon,
show
yeah,
is like the island of the guy.
just research what Nickelodeon means. That's crazy, but yeah, the English language is filled with all kinds of trickery,
Yeah.
which is also why it's so important to meditate. That's something we did a lot too. We before we left America, just to give you guys some perspective, we were very much rooted and grounded in the Most High to the point where I would literally take morning walks with my headphones on and listen to meditations and pray during the whole walk just to be led to Africa because the Most High called us to do that, and we knew that. So we were like, we're just going to come on accord with His prayers. And so that's what we meditated on repeatedly. And so for us, there was never a plan B of, oh, we'll just go back to America. Oh, we'll go to Europe. That's not ever in any of our plans or the Most High's plans, and we know that. And so we walk in that power. You guys have to do the same thing. Somebody said Africa's not the answer for everyone. Africa's the answer for you if you're melanated.
Yeah.
I want to pull up 2 Esdras because this is a verse you guys, some of you guys may never have heard it, but there's a verse in the Apocrypha, meaning the hidden books of the Bible. Everyone will return to their homeland.
Homeland, exactly. Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that you
Africa's
guys
not for
understand why we
everybody.
say these things.
Yeah.
So it is Second Esdras 13:33 that says, "And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall be in their own land, leave the battle they have gone against one another."
Say it again.
And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. Talking about the last days fighting. One shall undertake to fight another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, one realm against another. Ooh, Ephesians 6. And the time shall be when these things come to pass, and the signs will happen which I showed you before. And then shall my son be declared, whom you saw as a man ascending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall be in their own land and leave the battle they have against one another. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as they saw them willing to come and to overcome him by fighting, but he shall stand upon the top of Mount Zion.
The top of Mount Zion.
That's crazy to think that these nations think they're going to fight Yahusha in the flesh. Like, what kind of pride is that to assume that you can just fight all the nations? I mean, fight the Most High in the flesh. That's a whole different level of pride. That's crazy.
That's what they think, though.
That is what they think. Y'all gotta check out Second Esdras if
Or that's
you haven't.
what they believe.
It's written by the prophet Ezra. And they took it out of the Bible, of course, because that's what they do. The Catholic Church. If you're someone that's like afraid of the hidden books of the Bible, the Apocrypha, just reverence the Most High, and don't be so afraid, because you'll find out that like the book of Judith, the book of Enoch, the book of Jasher, all of these books are actually biblical truth. And if you have the Bible as your foundation, you have a filter to read them through. And so you'll know that it actually testifies of what the Bible already says, and it just repeats it basically from a different position. But yeah, y'all, that, it's these last days. These last days. And we even have people come on the channel saying, when did all Christians agree that it's the last days? Newsflash. You don't need everybody to agree it's the last days. You need to ask the Most High and look at the signs and see what the word says.
He'll tell, like, if you got his spirit, he'll tell you what's going on.
And it's not hard to see is the thing.
Yeah, he give you. It's obvious. It's a sign. It's the sign.
It's not hard to see, and he gives so many signs. You can see just by the fighting and chaos. Is this normal? You can see just by the LGBT, all those letters and numbers and stuff. You can see just by the new age that they're pushing,
Yeah.
the new age
Everybody,
religions.
just everything's normal now. Everything's just like
Anything goes in America.
anything goes. Yeah. And then they get mad at what countries that don't agree with them.
Yep, that's America. Let's read some of these comments. You guys have been commenting so much. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Yes, give us a like.
My retirement application was approved this past Friday for 3 years. Ooh, congrats. That's awesome. You can renew for another 3 years. That is incredible. That is awesome. I would love to move to Africa, but as a widower, I believe the Most High is awakening my four grown sons and their wives so we can go together. Yes, believe it and receive it. That's it. I'm original to Turtle Island. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, meditate on his words day and night. Meditation is new age, it's not the Most High. That's such a good comment. Meditation that is focused on Eastern religions is new age. Meditation on the Most High is actually scriptural. And you should read the entire book of Psalms and you'll see David was one of the prime meditators in the Bible. And by meditation, I mean rereading the Most High's words day and night, not just like sitting there like, oh,
no.
I have no mind, I'm opening my mind. No, not that. That's definitely new age. I'm talking about meditation where you're listening to the words of the Most High, you're speaking biblical affirmations, you're chewing over the word, not just reading it, just like skipping pages and all this stuff, but actually with intention to get the word down in your soul. So that when you have dreams at night, when you come against different things, you're sharp and you're rebuking things with the word. Mm-hmm. That's the meditation I'm talking about. And that puts you into a stronger area in the spirit where there is no power that can come against you. That's where Luke 10:19 comes into play, that you'll tread over serpents and scorpions and no power of the devil could harm you. So that's the meditation we're talking about. That's the meditation we do, not just like mindless, whatever they be doing. I don't know what they be doing.
Here's a question. What do we think about people moving to the Caribbean, South and Central America?
That's a good question.
I mean, we think, I mean, if you like this color, I think you should just come to Africa, but get out of America.
Yeah, it's better than America.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the culture in the country. Right. Certain countries have different culture. If it's not like American culture, I think it's better than, and like anything, or better than America.
Yeah.
So if you in South America, Mexico, Western America, but it's probably a different type of culture and cheaper.
Yeah, definitely way cheaper than America. We know Caribbean people who have also moved to Africa as well. Lots of people. So yeah, I mean, if the Most High is calling you that way, we have just never even thought. It was never even a thought in our mind to move to the Caribbean or South America.
Yeah.
Our immediate thought, Africa.
It's predestined. The Most High made it predestined. I know when I was younger, even before we met, I was like, man, I want to go to. I'm gonna go to Africa one day.
Well,
I'm gonna have to. I gotta go to Africa one day.
Here you are having African children.
Right. For real.
African businesses, African look.
That's all praises.
Yeah, the Most High is good. Speaking different languages. Give the Most High no rest until he makes Jerusalem the praise of the earth. That part.
Yes.
Isaiah 62. But yeah, we've been to the Bahamas though. I don't know, I just never, it doesn't feel to me, it doesn't feel like Africa. Although you see black people everywhere, Africa has a different feel.
As soon as we get off the cruise, we went on the boat, so we really didn't see. We didn't like walk around.
I mean, we walked through part of the areas. You could see black people were everywhere.
Yeah, but that was a cruise. It didn't
feel like Africa.
Yeah, that's totally different from how we came to Africa.
Yeah, we didn't come by cruise here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. Once we hopped off the cruise in the Bahamas, it was a different vibe.
Yeah, I
Now we
think that's
like,
all of the Bahamas because
yeah,
look at it. They brought us through that place where like Oprah, Beyonce, Jay-Z have all their mansions. And
exactly.
just think of all of that horrible energy that's in that one little slither of land in the Bahamas. Like, mm-mm. Just think of that. That's crazy. They all got their houses right next door to each other. And you just don't see that in Africa really. Like where's Beyonce and Oprah's mansions here? They're not here
Hmm.
for whatever reason. Yes, we are enjoying Africa. We love it here. Let's hear some Swahili. What do you want to say in Swahili?
Mumble.
That's it. Well, you got to call the kids. The kids speak Swahili much better than us. Unataka kahawe. Kahawa.
You want some coffee?
Hmm.
I want a pillow.
Coffee was the first word I learned in Swahili back in Ohio. Kahawa. It's so important.
Pesa, pesa.
Oh, that's what people say. Money, money. But yeah, y'all, that's all we have for this video. Feel free to leave your questions. I saw there were like so many comments. 41 minutes passed by already. That was very quick.
Yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much read most of comments.
I felt like I've been late to move to Tanzania. I got the revelation last year. I believe in the Most High. I just want to leave with a decent amount. Yeah, for sure. East Africa's cool. I think all of Africa is cool. Maybe not North. I don't think North Africa is going to be that stable. Do you think North Africa is going to be stable?
Uh, it's it's gonna be a time because I heard there's another eclipse gonna come, 2027 in North Africa. I don't, yeah, they just be, yeah. So I think North Africa, of course, is gonna be built up and then destroyed in a way.
Stay in the village, no city living. Villages are nice, very beautiful, lots of nature and safety.
Yeah,
The nature is my favorite part. It's the nature for me. But yeah, y'all, that is it. Leave your questions if you have any. Somebody said Safi. They said I'm on my way. Oh, y'all funny. But yeah, leave America behind, leave the world behind, and don't let this eclipse be something that you're just another day where you just go back to life as normal, regularly scheduled programming.
yeah. Make sure you,
Pray to the Most High. Ask Him to really reveal to you what's going on. Because once you pray a powerful prayer like that, I remember in 2015, I was working in a nursing home, and like all the chaos with police shootings was going on. And in the middle of my shift, I just started praying to the Most High, asking what was going on. From that moment forward, my eyes completely opened to everything. Just by asking the Most High. You have not because you ask not. Knocking the door will be open.
that's a valid question. How do you feel about people wanting to go to America?
Whoo! I
Like
think
still,
I'm gonna just be real. I think that's a very foolish decision. I think it's very foolish,
but
and
put
it only stems out of consumerism.
you gotta
To be honest,
put
people don't
yourself
like that answer, but that's
in their foot in their shoe.
yeah, I am, and I think that on Judgment Day they'll regret that. I think even in the next few years they'll soon see. Even because our assistant, we had an assistant that recently moved to America, and then she called. She's like, "Why is it so expensive here?" I'm like, "Girl, y'all better watch our YouTube channel." We look, we have been trying to tell our people, our African folks on both sides, the diaspora and the continental Africans, even clients talking to clients, they're like, man, I moved here and I have a nice house. I have the nicest car, the nicest this, the nicest that, but am I really happy?
Yeah, it's just that energy over there is just different.
So for people that want to move to America, they're caught up in the consumerism and I feel bad for them. I pray that they make their way out because once you get caught up in America, it's difficult to come back out
Yeah,
just because the
you gotta
cost of
do something
living.
online, like really.
Many
Learn,
want to come to
learn.
make money back to their home
Yeah,
country. I think the beautiful thing is that people don't have to do that anymore. You
yeah.
can literally find people here on YouTube, black entrepreneurs, white entrepreneurs, whoever, reach out to them, and you don't have to catch a plane.
Yeah.
You just got to go to a coffee shop and get some internet, which I'm so excited to teach more African entrepreneurs that, because I hate seeing
I see
Africans
it a
go to
lot
America.
now.
I hate it.
There,
To be honest,
it's
I
and
hate
it's
it.
crazy if you're in America and you know that, online stuff is popular. Africa is really starting to catch up. So this is an opportunity to start your business online, so you can teach other people how to do the same thing.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
it's,
it's
yeah,
important.
they're starting to catch up. Like, man, I'm starting to see people make money doing marketing on Instagram and stuff,
Yep,
LinkedIn. I'm like, oh wow,
yep,
yeah,
yeah. I think I think all melanated people need to be in Africa. I think the Europeans in America need to be in Europe and be in their villages there. Maybe go to the eastern side of Europe. I probably wouldn't stay in Western Europe, to be honest, if I were them. I think the Asians need to be in Asia. I think it's just how the Most High created the world. I think everybody should just be in their places. Yeah, that's why I believe I know people. They're like, oh, I want to live in the nicest house because they see all the commercials, but it's a lie. It's a lie. And then you see our brothers and sisters getting shot and stuff in the UK. Did y'all see that? They got
yeah. And then
police brutality in the UK is
a lot
off
of
the
people
chain.
is going missing too. A lot of, man, telling you, there's so much going on. So
Until
much going on.
we as Africans realize that we are in a war and have been for the last 1,000 years, we're going to keep losing the war. This is right now, we're losing the battle because we're not awake as a collective. There's a few of us that are awake, but as a collective, we're still wanting to go to the UK. Now, the awakening is happening because you have the president of Senegal and Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger, however you say it, Niger. I don't know how to say it. They're starting to wake up and kick France and the U.S. out. So we're seeing like the start of the awakening, but on a mass level, we're still trying to jump on boats to run to America and then get brutalized in the streets. Like it hurts my soul and my heart seeing brothers and sisters brutalized on video in America and Britain. And it's because of that that I would never live in either of those countries. I'm not going to stay somewhere where you're killing my people on video. No, absolutely not. Not doing it. Absolutely not. And until we all have that collective mindset, then we're going to keep getting brutalized in the street because we're not standing up for each other or for ourselves. How can you love yourself and watch your brother just get brutalized like that?
Yeah, literally, that's
And then you go about your business
it's
saying, "Oh, I live in a white neighborhood."
it's better just to get out of there.
Talking about, "Oh, well, it doesn't affect me. Racism doesn't affect me. If it affects your cousin, it's affecting you." But that enrages me. That enrages me. Like, oh man, that gets me started. But yeah, the Africans in Britain, the UK, Great Britain, please leave. Pray to the Most High for an entryway out. He'll give it to you. He gave us an entryway back home to Africa. He'll give you an entryway as well. Just ask him, and he'll start opening up doors. It's like a light coming over your whole life. You'll see everything clearly, and you're like, oh, okay, I know how to get out now. I know where to go. Whether it's Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, Namibia, Botswana, Zambia, Tanzania, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Madagascar, Angola, Cameroon, Sierra Leone, Liberia, Gabon. When I used to work on night shift, I would write all the African countries down and study them because that's how much of a fanatic I am about Africa, y'all. Look, and look, our children already do that. Jeremiah, he has a good handle on the African countries, just being in Africa and learning in Africa. So yeah, I'm just ranting on about things I'm passionate about now because you know that police brutality in the U.S. and UK that irritates the life out of me. You guys are welcome. We'll continue coming on here to talk. Um, I could talk about this all day, just but we
It's
may be
not daytime.
demonetized if
It's
I
not
say too
daytime.
much.
It's not
So I
daytime.
have to be
Come on.
aware.
Yeah.
I have to be aware, y'all.
It's not daytime. It's nighttime.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, you're right. You know that gets me fired up though. Those topics. The warrior in me. That gets. Oh man.
Yes,
Oh
guys. Thanks for
gosh.
tuning in. Make sure you like the video for us. Give us a thumbs up. Make sure you share with somebody that will appreciate the content that we talk about.
Yeah, share it, like it, and most importantly, book your flight out.
Really.
Seriously,
Yes.
you ain't got nothing to lose.
Yes.
You ain't
We
got
love you
nothing to lose.
guys. Thanks for tuning in. And we will talk to you in the next video.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, guys.